Hey, what's up besties? It's Elaine Michelle and I'm back with another video. And this video is just going to be a part of the series that I'm putting together. I don't really know what I'm going to call it, but it'd be something like Planning 101 or whatever. And I just want to take a moment to kind of get back to some basic ideas and kind of help people who are new to planning get their wings. I guess that's the thing. Like, would you be getting your wings or your strings or your discs or rings? You know, whatever it is that you would, you know, whatever type of planner that you're planning in. So what I wanted to focus on is actually lining up your plans. Now, a lot of people just sit down and just go right for it and they just, you know, make big, long, basically make to-do lists on a daily basis. That's kind of how they plan. But it's a little bit more, if you're trying to be more functional and be more effective with your planning, you actually need to pre-plan. And pre-planning is so awesome. And when you're pre-planning, actually take the time to sit down and pre-plan your week. Think about all the things that you normally have to do and then add in all of the things that are coming up, like appointments and such. So I'm going to walk you through the process that I've put together for myself, and maybe this can help you, or maybe, you know, it's something that you can tweak and make it your own. I don't know, but try it and let me know what you think. And if you have any tips or tricks, put them down below in the comment section. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is my notebook that I have, and this is just a 8x11 size. It's like the big happy planner, and it's the Babe Supports Babes notebook. Now, I got this because I love having just space to write big and take to meetings and things like that. So I got this several months ago, and I've just been kind of using it for that purpose. Now, inside of here, I have my notes for all the things. Okay, so I have several different sections in here. I think some of my I thought I wrote on here. So this first section I have is basically all of my Michelle planning stuff and all of that. So I wanted to show you guys how this works and why I keep it in here, because it just really works for me. So what I do is I separate what I need to get done for that week, and this is kind of how people do their to-do list, but I just make it a little bit more organized, and I separate it by like, you can say your subject matter, or you know, whatever your category. And so I know, like last week, I knew there were videos that I needed to get out within the week, or ideas of videos that I wanted to get out. So what I did was I wrote them down, and then I did any planning a better me items that I needed to follow up on. I put those over here. For anything that has to do with my brand, I put those over here. These are like just in general brand type things, like maybe responding to someone, fixing a logo, changing something, like that's kind of what this part over here is. And then I have Etsy. Anything that I need to do for Etsy, if I need to do some new releases, a custom order request, restocks, relistings, new listings, inventory, all that stuff, I will put that over here. And then I have my podcast, because I really needed to put a little bit more focus on the podcast this particular week, because I was working on getting people interviewed and stuff like that. I'm trying to streamline it so I can be ahead of time and all of that. So this is kind of where I put all of that stuff that's dealing with the podcast, and then any personal items. So if I wanted to start the Roof Bible Study, print the Freedom Schedule. I needed to reschedule a meeting with someone. I needed to send Diamond some happy mail and send Julie some mail and get Austin's clothes. Anything else that would have came up, I would have put that right down here. If I had any bills or anything, I definitely could put the bills on the back side and just remind myself that I have bills there. So what we're going to do is fill this out for this upcoming week. I wanted to show you some other pre-planning sheets that you can use too. Erin Condren has this whole notebook that you can use and just plan out your week. This was my week before, so I used this as I sat down and kind of jotted down my notes and things like that. And then I went back in the week before and added in all of these little small different things that I needed to get done. And I love it because it lets me separate it and see what all needs to get done for that week. So now let's go into it. Yes, I have like notes galore. Like, you would be like, no, not shocked. You wouldn't be shocked, but this is where I come and like write out my ideas before I usually get to typing. This helps me start the process. So once you figure out your processes for things, you'll be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So this is my process. My very first thing that I do is separate everything into the categories that I need them to be in. And I always like putting my week. I know this may seem, you know, kind of redundant, but I do like putting my weeks up there so I know what I'm working with. So it's gonna be July 8th through July 14th. Okay, so videos this week that I need to produce, and this is going to be for the whole entire week, not just like right now. This is like how I plan out what I need to do for that week. And if I don't get to the video, that's fine. Like, I can check over here. I actually went out of town, so I didn't get a chance to like finish that. But I did do my July monthly business. I did my Hobonichi plan with me. I did my plan with me and my business planner. I did my planner lineup. And I did my July and my paycheck. So I actually did most of those videos except for those. So I would just mark those off. So coming over here, the video that I know that I have to do this week, I did my plan with me. And this is going to be my Hobonichi. And then I would do my plan with me. And this will be memory keeping or whatever. I know that we need to do some budgeting videos, and we need to do know by July. Okay, so this is just kind of how like I would do it. So this is me thinking things out. I know that this week is going to be a paycheck week come the 15th, right? So that lets me know that I need to get started on doing my budgeting. So this would just be my paycheck to paycheck, right? That'll be my paycheck to paycheck budget that I need to get up, because I'll be doing my budget sometime within this week so that I can see what I have and what I'm working on. All right, so then we come over here, and I'm just kind of showing y'all my whole process. So I hope y'all don't mind. Y'all here for the pre-planning? I hope so. Okay, so this is the Planning a Better Me, and I had some swag letters to send. All right, and then I need to follow up with some vendors. Okay, and that's kind of where I'm at. Hotel check. Okay, that's where I'm at with that, with Planning a Better Me. Then we'll just go ahead and just keep it going, and I'm gonna leave a little space in between there so that I have some room. And anything Elaine Michelle this week. This is I need to do my intro to my podcast, and I'm actually just gonna do well, I'll leave that one there. I'll leave that one there specifically. And then Etsy over here, I need to create my custom listing, a standard custom listing. And this is going to help so much with people being able to request what bill due stickers and stuff like that they need, and all of that. So my life is like filled with a lot of businessy stuff. Your life may not be filled with as much businessy stuff and more like home maintenance stuff. And so in that case, you would just put like your living room. If you know if you have a lot that you need to clean up in your living room, your zones, all of that stuff, you could basically put your zones here and plan out each zone. And this is just the pre-planning process. This hasn't got a date put to it. It hasn't nothing. These are just the overall things that I need to get done for the week, right? So over here, I'm just going to leave that the same as Elaine Michelle. Anything that goes into the Elaine Michelle brand, whether that's the podcast or whatever, I just need to make sure that I do all of that stuff. And then Etsy. And then personal. And I'm just going to write personal right here. Okay. And then so for personal, we have a derm appointment. On 7/9. Okay, and then I also have a coffee chat, and that's on 7/11 at 1 p.m. And then I also have, I can put this up here. I had a podcast interview and another podcast interview. and I need to do Instagram promo times 2 and post 1 IG video. Those are just some things that I want to do as far as that. And then for my Etsy, I need to post to shop IG. Okay, so this is kind of like how I plan these things out. And then I have my personal, I have my dermatology appointment, I have a coffee chat. I believe I have a committee meeting. So I'm just going to put that down. I believe the committee meeting is supposed to be on Friday, but I haven't confirmed that with anyone. So I don't know if that will be the actual thing. But those are the things that I can think of right now that I absolutely have going on that I have to get done. So this is my basic to-do list. So I start with this process of putting it here. And as you can see, I started putting dates by things that actually had dates. If it has a date that I have to go, if you have an appointment, you put the date by the appointment. Of course, that's how you're gonna go. That's how it works. Literally, that's how it works. A lot of times we put together to-do lists that aren't organized, and so we end up with this hodgepodge of stuff that doesn't make sense. Let me make an example of that. So for instance, with my videos, I need to probably do a lot of bulk recording. So I would figure out here what videos I could batch record or bulk record all at one time that would make sense. So if I'm doing my plan with me, and I'm doing a Hobonichi and a memory keeping one, I can use the same style of kit and just switch them up, which means I can do all the printing and the cutting of the same kits at that time if I'm using a printable. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can really like focus and streamline everything that I'm doing. And that's what I mean by being intentional with your planning. It's literally taking a look at what you have going on and putting it in the right places. So while I'm sending out swag letters, it'll probably be a good thing to go ahead and take another 30 minutes to follow up with vendors. And those are just sending out emails. So that doesn't really take a lot of time, but it does take some focus. But those are two things I could do on the same day at this, during the same time. Now, as I keep looking, all throughout my list, I want to make sure I don't have any pertinent things going on, because that's kind of where we would start. All right, so this is the process of getting started with planning. This is the pre-planning process. And now you would take it over into like putting dates by it, or putting, dates next to it, however you want to do that. And then you will take this and you will start showing it in your actual planner. So that's going to be the next thing that I show you guys. So stay tuned for the next video, and I will catch you later. Mwah. KK, bye.